In a year that we were going to spend a lot of time celebrating the past and really honouring the company's history, we start by pointing very firmly in the direction of the future. Brand new commission works by some of Australia's most exciting choreographers. The Australian Ballet has an absolute love affair with Bangarra.
Working with their dancers is so inspiring to get at one, breathing with the earth.
It's not just choreography, it's something much deeper and much more important.
Graeme Murphy hasn't created a sort of abstract non-story ballet for a while.
I don't want it over-costumed, don't want it over-designed. I want to put those dancers into this terrifying naked space where we see them in all their beauty.
And then, of course, the final one, very different contemporary dance approach.
I'll be bringing in some guest dancers that I've worked with in the past who have never had any experience with the ballet at all.
This program will really change people's perception of what ballet can be. It's really fascinating that the company has always had that ability to be right at the forefront of the new. Icon celebrates those works created in the 60s, 70s and 80s that changed the face of Australian dance. Robert Helpmann's The Display, the first fully Australian ballet, Glenn Tetley's strikingly avant-garde Gemini, and Graeme Murphy's emotional Beyond 12. All three of these works have really become classics within our company.
I nearly died when I heard we were doing Onegin because I've always wanted to do that ballet. It's not mythical creatures, it's real humans and real pain, and I think that's what's going to really move the audience.
Let's Dance is the celebration of Australian dance culture, with dance companies from all over Australia coming together in Melbourne to demonstrate the vibrancy of Australian dance.
The Australian Ballet will be represented by a new work by Tim Harbour.
I've seen him emerge as a choreographer and admired his work for a long time, and so the thought of actually getting into a studio and beginning work with him is wonderful.
In our 50th year, the Australian Ballet will have its biggest touring year in decades. We'll be crossing Australia with Graeme Murphy's Romeo and Juliet, and the Dancers Company will be touring Don Quixote across regional Victoria, New South Wales and Queensland. For our 50th anniversary, being the first ballet that we ever performed back in 1962, it seemed like the perfect opportunity to stage a brand new production of the traditional Swan Lake.
For this whole generation of dancers to be part of a traditional version of such an iconic ballet it's what we've all hoped for.
Stephen Baines' aesthetic, his knowledge, everything about his choreographic ability is exactly the right person to be doing this production.
What better birthday present in the 50th year from the artistic director to the company than heading back to where we began, a traditional Swan Lake.
We've always been the new kids on the block. We've always been young and inspiring and aspiring. And I think this is a point where we can actually say, you know what? We're actually grown up now. We're a mature company. It's a company that actually has a history, it has a heritage, and it has a vision for the future.